if you look at life as a giant wheel, and it coming in from way out yonder somewhere, it never ends and never ceases. But what you put on that wheel, it took me a long time to figure this out. It's so simple. But you put it on, it's coming through you, and you put hate on this wheel. In whatever form it comes out, sooner or later you'll multiply that hate coming back 100-fold. You put love, compassion, sincerity, dedication, giving, strength, courage, morality, depth. And you have to fight to do the right thing. You have to fight your inner consciousness, or admitted in religion call it the devil out here is tempting you all the time. Well, when you become a chiropractor, there are certain fundamental, innate, inherent principles that we work with, that's inherently ours, that are no one else's. And you have to come to grips with it, within yourself, within your consciousness, where you can be a chiropractor. For when you graduate, the only thing you will be legally allowed to have in your office with this sick person that presents himself is an x-ray machine, and your hands are an instrument to use in place of your hands. Be more specific, to make a positive correction of the patient's condition. And suppose you have the capability to make an accurate diagnosis, as accurate as the medical doctors. I think that's important for you to understand that. But your area of eminent qualifications is not the same as your medical colleagues. You understand it, you know it, but you name the deviations from the normal. They name and arrange the deviations from a normal into a composite where they can name the diseased entity for diagnosis, for treatment procedures. You don't make the diagnosis for treatment procedure. You have one thing to do based on a fundamental truth and a fundamental principle that is exclusively chiropractic. I'll get more into that in just a few seconds. Now I want you to come on out of your consciousness, rise up to the cutting edge of what you're capable of doing by saying these three cliches, to be able to say, if somebody speaks to you, say, how you doing? Say, near perfect. They'll run around and scratch their heads. Say, God, I never seen somebody so dynamic and so positive. He thinks he's near perfect. Say, you think you're near perfect, eh? Yes, but I'm not about to get ripe where I rot and fall off the vine. How do you feel? I feel happy. Man, you say, what's wrong with him? I feel like hell this morning. I am down and depressed. I've been studying all night. My brain don't work. I've run over the subject 15 times, but it won't stick. How do you feel? I feel terrific. How do you feel when you feel healthy? Well, you got to learn to put that in your mind's eye. When you learn how to grasp on to chiropractic, you'll be dynamic and positive. And remember, another thing, you may have a desperately sick person that stands at death's door, and the only thing that you can offer them is an explanation, because they can't read it in a book, and all of these medical opponents out here will probably stand between you and the patient. What you say with authority, with love, with dedication, with strength, with compassion, with feeling, with warmth, with sincerity, what you say it, how you say it, is going to depend on what belief that patient has in chiropractic. You are chiropractic when you go out. The confidence and the belief that you have in it, the ability that you've developed over a long-term period, and these assets that you develop, the assets, the positive assets, if you'll work with those, they'll grow inside of you. And when it comes time to really get into a confrontation, Bear Bryant told us years ago, an old seer, you've heard of him, you boys have anyhow, no. Bear used to talk about his ball players, and he would tell them to suck up their guts. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You've got all this future out front of you, it's wrapped up. You got worries about the school, you're worried about money, you're worried about this. Well, it's late in the third quarter. The guy on the other side of the line weighs 25 or 30 pounds more than you. He can jump higher than you are. He can run faster than you are. He's 50 pounds stronger than you are. Well, Bryant said to suck up your guts. When you suck it up, you can give your total being. And what I want you to get in a position, in an attitude adjustment where you can utilize your full potential and gear up for the future. When you build your future now in your imagination and how you conduct yourself, get your program lined up where you can talk effectively. Be a leader. So I want you to, when I count three, I want you to say, I feel healthy, I feel happy, and I feel terrific. 1, 2, 3. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I feel terrific. I don't think that was good at all. Now, I'm telling you, I am really concerned about it. Get some exuberance. You got it? Act like you're really alive. Let's do that thing again. Back here in the back. I want you to out-challenge these guys up the front. Give me some rhythm in your program back here where you can challenge this side here. The challenge is inside of yourself. Can you pull yourself up to the consciousness out here? Okay, let's do it on 3. 1. Follow my I want all the fanatics next week up here on the front. All these one-bone people. You've got to be a rabid fanatic to have one bone. Nothing else enters your consciousness. Nothing. When I count 3, I feel healthy. Just put your hands up like you got the whole world made. 1, 2, 3. I feel healthy. All right. Now, happy. 1, 2, 3. I feel happy. Now, let me say the terrific. Just listen to me. We'll give it a long tur. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I feel terrific. Now, give yourself a hand.